Hi, my name is Father Mike Schmitz, and I'm so glad that you were willing to take the risk to have a new kind of baptism prep program that we have here in Belonging. It's a risk because of why? Because most baptism prep programs focus on catechesis, what we want our young people to believe, or they focus on the rules, how we want our young people to behave. But Belonging is about something beyond that. It's not about the catechesis, it's more about connection. It's not about the rules as much as it is about the relationship. And that means that the way we prepare our young couples for the baptism of their children has to change from the very beginning to the very end. And the very beginning starts with you. If you're watching this, you're probably maybe the pastor, you may be the DRE, maybe the faith formation director, maybe you're the youth minister or that catechist, maybe you're the parish secretary. Whatever your role is, the fact of the matter is that when people in the parish think of the church, they think of you. That when people call the church, who do they talk to? They talk to you. That when people look for answers in the church, who do they look to? They look to you. You are the face of the church. And what that means is when people call for baptism, what we want is for you to be absolutely ready to meet them where they're at. I know for myself, that can be really frustrating. And for myself, that can be really tough. In fact, when people come to my Newman Center, when they come to the parish, what I want them to be is I want them to be at the place where they're completely sold out for Jesus, right? I want them to say, no, I already believe this stuff, or I want to. I already behave this way, or I want to. But a lot of times they show up and they're just at the very beginning stages of trusting me. In fact, Sherry Waddell has this fantastic book called Forming Intentional Disciples, and she talks about these 5 thresholds of conversion. The first threshold of conversion is this initial trust. The very fact that they're knocking on the door, the very fact that they're calling you and saying, okay, we're just interested in having our child baptized, that demonstrates that they're somewhere, they're on the playing field, right? They're at least at that stage of initial trust. The second threshold is a certain kind of curiosity, a certain sense of like, I wonder what they have to offer me at this church. The third threshold is an openness. After that initial trust and after that curiosity, there's, okay, now I kind of want to know. And then there's the fourth threshold, seeking, where they're actively pursuing the truth of the church, actively pursuing Jesus, and they want to live how he's calling them to live. And the fifth threshold is being an intentional disciple. We believe that most young couples coming to your parish are probably in one of those first initial thresholds of conversion. That's not a bad thing. But what it means is, if they showed up with even just the initial trust, we want you, the face of the parish, to meet them with what we call radical hospitality. Again, not waiting for them to believe what we believe or to behave how we behave, but to let them know that they belong in your parish. Because of that, not only do we want you to meet them with radical hospitality, but the people that you invite to host your baptism prep night, the people you invite to host the program, we invite you to take a look at who those people are in a new way. Maybe it's usually you. Maybe it's the director of faith formation. Maybe it's the pastor. Maybe it's the deacon and their family. Whoever it is, we invite you to look at it like this. Who is the person or the couple of persons in your parish that your grown niece or nephew, that your grown son or daughter who might be estranged from the church, who is the person in your parish that you would want your son or daughter, your niece or nephew, to spend the evening with? Who would be the best representative of Christ? Who would be the best representative of the church? In fact, we use an acronym on my campus. The acronym is FACT. We look to people who we think could host the best kind of program. We say, okay, are they fact? Are they F? Faithful. Are they someone who's going to witness to Jesus, not only with what they say, but also with how they live? Are they faithful? Are they available? Because it's one thing to show up one night, it's another thing to have the kind of couple, the kind of individual who's willing to connect with the people who show up to your baptism prep program even after that night. Are they faithful? Are they available? Are they contagious? Basically, are they fun? The kind of people we want to invite to this and the kind of event we want to host is going to be a fun event. Are they contagious? Lastly, are they teachable? Meaning they're not going to take this program and make it their own personal project, but they're going to use this program as an avenue to bring those young people into contact with the parish. Are they faithful? Are they available? Are they contagious? And are they teachable? The last thing is we want to surprise these young couples with radical hospitality. What I mean is what they're expecting. What are they expecting? They're expecting to come to the dingy room of the church parish social hall. They're expecting to sit in an uncomfortable folding chair and sit at some kind of table. They're expecting to sit in a classroom. We want to surprise them with radical hospitality, and what I mean by that is we find the best room in the church or the best room in the rectory, maybe the best room in someone's home, and surprise them with a wine and cheese night. Surprise them with some kind of really brief meal or fun hors d'oeuvres. The idea is we create an environment and we invite people who can express without a doubt to the young people showing up that even before you believe, even before you behave a certain way, we want you to know that you belong.